Hello, welcome world to a little bit of an update on social safety. My name is Dr. Lorelei Walker, and I am the Director of Public Health Training for the Social Safety Initiative. I actually founded this nonprofit a year ago, and it has grown into what we are today. And what that means is we can bring you this message that follows along in the second in a series that will help understand what it means as we learn this new information and what to know, what to do, and how to do it. So our last video covered a little bit about variants and the vaccine and kind of what to expect as far as decisions that might be coming in the future around vaccination and around variants and kind of how that works. Today, this moment, we're going to talk about viral load. So viral load is an interesting concept, but it's one you already know. It is how many of each of the germs does it take to get your body sick? So we have this virus, we call it the COVID virus. It's the virus that causes COVID. It's actually called SARS-CoV-2. And this virus causes you to get COVID-19 if you develop the disease. Now, you can get infected with the virus, but not develop the disease. Asymptomatic COVID. You also can just transmit it. So, how do you get infected? How do you get COVID-19? And when do you get it after you're infected? And the important thing to know about viral load is it's the amount of virus that you're exposed to. So, you've got spit, splatter, spray, and shared air. Now, the spit splatter spray, that's like hawking the loogie in the face. You know, that's like smothering the toddler. It's all germy right into grandfather's face because you want some of those cheeks and you want to just smell up that baby a bit. So the goop there has a high concentration of viruses because it gets stuck in there. And so you kind of got a glob going in. Kind of like when you chew chewing gum and you get that flavor right away. That gets to the upper part of the lungs. That's where you get that kind of flu going and you get COVID. Now, some people in the 20%, when they got that landed them in the hospital. That was a lot to take on. Some people got the sniffles and some people just got a really crappy run at the flu. All right, so the aerosol one, it's the same virus, but this virus is a light virus. It's a small virus. And so it's able to travel in the air, it's able to travel in dust, it's able to linger around. And so through the day, if you're breathing in this virus over the course of like a total of 15 minutes throughout the whole day, that's enough for a lot of people to get infected. Now, if you've got the vaccine, you've got a little bit more armor. So you know, that might not be as much as it takes for you to get infected as it does for someone that doesn't have the vaccine. There's a lot of reasons to not get the vaccine. It's always good to get vaccines when they're out, but some of us have health conditions that make it a lot harder to take a vaccine. So we have unvaccinated people around who also are breathing in the shared air. So you go to your gas station and you're not wearing a mask and they're not wearing a mask. And so this air that's lingering around may build up more viral particles and you may be breathing out just as you stand and you engage in this environment. So that's viral load. Now this viral load isn't like the big splatter that comes in. This comes in a little bit at a time. And because it's not a splatter, it can make its way down to the deeper part of your lungs. And the part of your lungs that are the part that interfaces directly with your blood system and that piping and your lymphatic system, where all of that water and waste goes. You can feel in your lymph nodes when you get sick. And that's where all your antibodies are, really. And so it has a different effect on the body. And so when you get kind of more of the aerosolized viral load, then you have a virus that can act a little different. And that's why we take vitamin D. We take vitamin D, or we get out into the sun in a sunscreen safe way, because as the virus gets down in, that makes our cells nice and real tight. It gives us like a good tight fence in there. For some of us that are older, we know about asbestos. And asbestos is something that if you breathe in over a period of time, you can develop deep in your lungs, and it can cause an illness that not everybody gets it, but the people that breathe it in more do. And so it's also like wildfire smoke, it gets deep in there. So there's a couple of things we can do, and we're going to talk about that in the next short training here. But for this one, what you just need to think about is how much virus could be around. So is the air flowing? Outside, the air is flowing. It's not just hanging around your face. Inside, people are breathing a lot. And so we try and get the airflow going. We're going to talk a little bit more about how to do that. So when you go and you hug a person, or if you're sitting at a restaurant, because God, it's nice to get out to restaurants, and maybe you're in an indoor patio area, but there's like a tent because it's hot out, or maybe you're hot, so you're in an air-conditioned area. And you're close to those people that you don't necessarily live with on a regular basis. And we've all been out around more, kind of sharing a little bit more air, a little different versions of the virus. And so you want to be aware that you be breathing in a bit of the virus around you. So if you can't hear somebody that well, what you can do is turn ear to ear as you talk, because you're still catching the sound. You don't actually to hear always have to talk directly to person and listen directly. That's face to face. So if we're blowing that air up, that gives the ventilation system what public health tells us to do with fans and with direction of air. If we breathe in a way that's up and away, then we get it out of the room. And that means we can socialize and feel a little safer that if a wave of the virus does come through our town, that the air is going to take it out. And you can watch our Covella versus the World video. It kind of puts that into a live action animated comic book style training. So I'm Dr. Lorelei Walker. I'm the Director of Public Health Training with the Social Safety Initiative. Follow our LinkedIn page, subscribe to our YouTube page to get these updates. Hang in with us with our website. We're good at a lot of stuff when it comes to biology and safety and training, but we're getting some help and getting some real staff on, and we're getting our public health trainer program going, which is fun too. You can learn about more, but we'll keep you up to date on YouTube and LinkedIn, and have fun with the website, but be kind. If you want to get in hold of us, you can do info@socialsafetyinitiative.org. If you want to get a hold of me directly, my name is Lorelei. So we're going to be okay. We're going to do this together. We're going to get just enough information that we can all do it together the same way that works. All right, bye.